All right, cool. I should be live. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Normally, I'm from Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, but today I am here on YouTube on my channel. So if you're new around here, and you want to learn how to use organic content marketing on social media and on YouTube to drive more traffic to your business so you can do more business, this is a great place for you to be. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I have been on YouTube for a couple of years. We have a lot of great playlists that can help you with anything from definitely like Instagram Reels, TikTok. Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill has now reached almost 550,000 fans or followers on TikTok alone. So a lot of the work that I do and or I assist with is for my family's business, Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. And we went from barely being profitable in 2002 to about 2015-16 when I started to get involved with their content marketing, their social media marketing and sales plans, and their email marketing. We discuss email marketing here too from time to time. And I took them within about 2.5 years to a 7-figure business. And we are a single location, about 765 square foot building in the middle of where? New York. Okay. So like, if we can do it, anybody can do it. And food service is a very delicate business and a very delicate industry. So we can do it. Anybody can do it. I've been coaching part-time from 2013 to 14 to full-time 2015 to today. I have thousands of students. If you're one of my students, hey, you guys, you know what to do. Give this video a big thumbs up because that's one of the data points that the YouTube algorithm likes to see. Quite frankly, any platform's algorithm likes to see. So if you could give this video a big thumbs up, hashtag live, hashtag replay, especially for my students and anybody else. If you are watching on the replay, I'm always curious to see how many people are watching on the replay versus live. So any of those things that you can do. Also, if you have people, friends, folks that are in different entrepreneur groups that are like, nobody ever helps us live. This is my weekly offering where, I am happy to help anybody with, live Q&A sessions. And certainly even on the replay, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching on the replay. But even on the replay, put your comments down below because I would be more than happy to answer your questions there too, as soon as I can get to them. And sometimes that's not a long time. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. So I will talk to this person in a minute. All righty. So Marquina Rawlings is definitely in the right place. If you're in the conversion coven, we're going to have our weekly lives here from now on, just to make things easier. Because I know not everybody's in that Facebook group who's my students. I have thousands of them. So I want to make sure everybody, from years ago to now. So I want to, oh dear, what is it with this person? Can you get into the course? I'm live right now, question mark. Oh dear. So, I don't want to leave this person hanging. Okay. So if you are any of my students, welcome. If you're not a paying student, who cares? You're here too. This is my weekly offering. So if you're in the Conversion Coven, Wednesdays are going to be here from now on. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you click the bell notification and the little menu is going to open up, select all, so that this way you are more likely to get the notifications that way. Okay. I'm on a live stream right now. I will do my best to help you in about an hour. I am so very sorry. Jeez. Okay. So Marquina, you are in the right place. And let's see. Watch Laura. So it's Laura Ferrer. Hey, good morning. Onika's here. Onika Ben Schwartz is here from Design Pretty. Hashtag live good morning. Marquina says good morning, everybody. Andrew George. Hey, what's going on? He's the embroidery business coach. And one of my OG Frosties from back in 2019. Hello, hashtag live. It's good to see you, Mr. Andrew. Heather Dupay is here. Good morning, hashtag live. Music Chick Art, hashtag live. Happy Wednesday. Wait, today is hump day. Yes, happy hump day, Miss Marquina. Okay, so if you are if you are one of my students, please, let me know if you have any questions. And you guys know what we like to do normally when we're sharing wins. I want you to share your wins. What are you working on for your business this week? This isn't all Stacey Radio all the time. Certainly, if you guys have any questions, you can ask me. You can ask them here. Let me know what kind of marketing promotions you have going on for sales. Please let me know what kind of promotions you have going on for relationship marketing. If you don't have a promotion running currently, you guys know what I say, at least the top 2 social media platforms that are most important for your niche. You do need to be posting to that daily. The posts don't necessarily have to be long and complicated, but they do have to be properly optimized so that the right ideal customer, even if they haven't followed you or subscribed to you yet, they need to be able to pull up your content and search, because they may not be searching for you yet because they don't know about you yet. And they may not be searching for your product names or your service packages or your course or whatever, because I have students through the years and years and years who are a bunch of different business models. And there are a lot of commonalities that do work for running the business models and doing the organic content marketing. I'm all about doing paid marketing after you have, like, through paid ads, as well as content marketing that is organic. Organic content marketing is for always. Paid content marketing, or paid ads, that can come later. Once you know that every week people are following you, at least on the top 2 social media platforms that are most important to your niche. They may not be the ones that are most important to you personally on your own spare time, but you have to know your niche well enough. You have to go where the attention goes, which of course, is through social media platforms largely, and then YouTube, which isn't technically a social media platform. It does certain things that mimics social media platforms to make users more comfortable and feel a sense of community with its creators, but really it's a video, search engine. It's the second largest search engine on earth behind Google, and right behind YouTube is actually Pinterest. Hey, KB, what's going on? Hi. So let me just say, share this live out, or even if you're watching on the replay, share the replay, because I'll even answer people's questions on the replay in the comments section down below. And share this out, because if you have friends who are entrepreneurs or people in groups that are like, no one ever helps us unless we pay, this is like my weekly give back to everybody now. Okay. So let me see. I do see that I have some comments. Andrew said, my YouTube app updated today, and now there's a shorts tab and I can record shorts in the app now. Did everyone get that? I've not tried it on the cell phone in the last couple of days. Let me just quickly see. I will say that they're still rolling it out worldwide. So if you don't have it yet, don't worry, they're still rolling it out. And also, as a quick aside, Andrew's out in UK, Scotland area of the globe. So if you're in the US and you're like, you don't see that yet, no big deal yet. So how you would, Andrew, it did come up. Oh boy, I'm going to take a picture and share it with everybody in the groups. Okay, at least for me, it's hard to see on these phones because they get washed out. How you find out whether or not you have access to this feature on mobile is, of course, you're in the app. And on the bottom of your screen towards the center, you should see like a plus sign. When you click on the plus sign, if you've ever done it before, you know that you're going to see upload a video or go live. If you have 1,000 or more subscribers like I do, like a day or two later after you hit 1,000, like they usually automatically unlock another feature that you get, which is create a post. So up until today, I had seen things like upload a video, sure, go live, create a post. But now I see that I have, you won't see it, it says create a short. There is a little blue box next to it for me. Andrew, let me know if you're seeing the same thing I am, where it says there's a blue box, like a royal blue color box, and in white lettering it says beta. So it's still beta. It's still in beta. I think in India it's been out of beta for like forever and a day, because that was one of the countries that YouTube launched the shorts feature in. Music Chick Art says, I'm working on my +2 for my home decor. Nice, or decor. I'm such a savage. She says, oh, Andrew, I need to look for that. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm in Canada. Yeah, I knew you weren't in the US either. Marquina Rawlings, who is in the US like me, but in a different state. She's not New York like I am. She says, I haven't seen that tab yet. Watch Laura. So I don't know why YouTube is hiding this. I'm going to show it. Sometimes these chats can be glitchy. Laura, I don't think you're doing anything wrong. Miss Laura Ferrer, she says, I started my YouTube channel, Watch Laura So, website and Instagram this week. I am a newbie to YouTube. Girl! Andrew says that he has a blue box too. Miss Regine Roberts is here. Good morning, Miss Regine. She's another OG Frosty. Okay, so definitely you guys, my students, and even if you're not like one of my students, let me know, what are you doing this week to move your business forward? Because me is dull, and I'll give you guys like a quick teaching if there's no answers, questions to answer right now. Of course, I'll check for the replay too, but I want to make sure, especially my regular students are, I cheer them along and they cheer each other along. And so that's really good. Behaven Designs is here. Hello. What's going on? You have been doing a lot of work, ma'am. How's everything going with the brick and mortar location? Because for her business, she's outgrown like her home-based operation. She needs a brick and mortar place to create more of her goods. Like a lot of my students, they've just been growing. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and now 21. Pandemic or no pandemic, a lot of my students, man, they drive the traffic to their business. They do more business. They run more promotions and not less, because they're not all paranoid, schizophrenic about being too salesy. Guess what? They actually, make more sales. What a concept, right? And then they do email marketing, because email marketing, no matter what source you Google up, you hear anything from like 3,200% ROI or return on investment to like 4,600%. Like it's never like less than like a 5-figure percentage in terms of what you get back for when you do your email marketing. Email's hardly dead. In fact, I would say, and Laura, I'm really excited for you, or Music Chick Art, I'm really excited for you for launching your YouTube channel, because YouTube marketing is great, and content marketing on Instagram and TikTok and things like that, and Facebook, of course, are great. But the whole goal is to get everybody onto your email list. So your link in bio anywhere should always be to get onto your email list, not to your website, because people can go to your website and float away. You want to capture those leads on your email list. So if Facebook does what it normally does, and over time it just dumbs down your reach on everything, who cares? The more leads that you've already captured and the more leads that you continue to capture to your email list, unless they unsubscribe, it's much easier to reach them. They may not open every email that you send, but who cares? As long as you're providing them with value, you're going to get roughly 3/4 of your sales from your email list, and about 1/4 of your sales just from straight up social or someone like tripping across your website, especially if you have like a good SEO game going with your website. So thank you for sharing that, Andrew. Every so often I do look and I've seen nothing. Social Media Snapshots, which is Regine Roberts, says this month is all about celebrating my first business anniversary. Congratulations, Miss Regine. Everybody cheer her on. That's cool. I'm releasing the updated August National Days collection, having a party, and launching a social media challenge. That's awesome. That's a lot of good work for your business. I remember Regine, pivoting her business. And, I'm very proud of her, because that pivot, sometimes a pivot is a risky thing to do. But if you really understand the niche that you're going to, and you make sure that that niche is very capable of buying your stuff and buying from you on the regular, and that you are giving them excellent service, and it's not always sell, it's providing them with value too, like say through a challenge, then, like a free challenge, let's say, because sometimes challenges are paid, and that's a good thing to do too, depending. But Regine did a great pivot, and she came out on the other side of it, and I'm really proud of her. I really am. Go Laura, says Marquina. Watch Laura. So Laura Ferrer says, I have the email link in YouTube, website, and Instagram. That's excellent. Andrew says, I started my YouTube channel last month and I'm already growing my list for my coaching business. Good boy. You know that I say you can put lots of links down in the show notes in your, your YouTube videos, your lives, your replays and stuff like that. But the first one ideally should be for an email opt-in to, capture leads. Should it be a freebie? Yeah, you could experiment with a freebie. You could have like a very small like tripwire offer. This isn't just for coaches and course creators. Product-based business people can do this with like a coupon code, right? Like save 20% off your first purchase from whomever. We do that with Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, and we're pushing towards 10,000 people on our email list. And our email opt-in, our email opt-ins are nice. Our email open rates are very nice. Our click-through rates are very strong. As long as you're getting a minimum of like 2% opens, 2% click-through rates, that's actually pretty healthy for e-commerce. The higher, the better. We get higher. And the more you train up your audience to expect certain things at certain times, whether it's product launches and retirements, whether if you're coach, creator, digital asset salesperson, it's cart open, cart close. If they're expecting like at least say 2 sales or promotions or coupons or clearance sales or site-wide sales or whatever it is your business model does, whatever's best and makes most sense for your business model, your people will get used to, they sell during these weeks, they provide value during these weeks. And even when they sell, there can be value-based emails and social posts going on and on. The more value you provide, the people who stay on your email list, they come to know that it's not always withdrawals from the bank of KLT or no like and trust. There's plenty of deposits in there too. Relationship marketing is very, very important to do. When you don't have a sale going every single day, there should be some sort of relationship marketing. Is it a live stream with a replay where you're answering people's questions, where you're sharing a tip, trick, or technique? Is it a full-blown YouTube video or some sort of 1 to 3 minute video that you can do? 1 minute videos you can do on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. I believe they're still rolling this out for people. So if you don't have this yet, you will soon. On TikTok, you can go up to 3 minutes now. So short form video content is super, super super important to fold into the mix. So even if you're not ready for full-blown YouTube videos yet, you can do YouTube Shorts. Those are up to a minute, and those are getting sky-high algorithmic boosts on YouTube as well as Google. So you will rank up much higher, much faster in a Google search using YouTube Shorts. YouTube isn't owned by Google anymore. Their sister companies owned Parallel by Alphabet, who's the master like holding company. I'm a lawyer. I can't help myself. I can't stand it when people say that Google owns YouTube. It's not true anymore. That's like 7 years out of date. But it's kind of a similar thing, though. Only a lawyer like me would worry about that. Let's see. So I know that Andrew is going to grow his coaching business, but I don't want you to think that just the coaches, the course creators, the digital download people can grow their businesses on YouTube, because Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill does it all the time. The way we do our SEO or search engine optimization or our keyword optimization with titles and tags and keywords that we put in the descriptions of our videos, a lot of what we're doing, of course, is about who we are and what we sell, but it's also location-based, geolocation-based. And if you're selling out of a brick and mortar, that's what you're doing, or at least it's a part of what you're doing. Geolocation-based hashtags are great to use all the time because people want to shop local whenever they can, regional whenever they can. So even if your home is your brick and mortar and people aren't going to physically come there, I would sometimes, even on social, legit experiment with geolocation-based hashtags. It's not going to be considered unrelated to your post or spam, because when you set up your account on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, they're going to be able to see where you are in the world. That's part of your account when you set it up, right? So they're going to know when you put those kind of hashtags in that they're still related to you and your business, even if it's not related to the specific post specifically otherwise. So for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we often will use a lot of geolocation-based hashtags, but they're not the only hashtags that we use. And a lot of on YouTube or off YouTube anywhere. If it's not hashtag driven, it's definitely keyword driven no matter what. That's definitely true on Facebook. You really have to pay attention to your keywords when you write your posts. The captions for your posts don't always have to be long, but a fair number of them should be. I call them microblog caption posts, right? The more keywords that you put in there that relate to your account, your brick and mortar location, and or where you're going to be if you're going to like an expo or something, and the more keywords that you use that describe what's going on in your picture, your video on Facebook and Instagram, where you can definitely write good microblog post captions, and in the show notes below on your YouTube videos, where you can definitely, you get thousands. What do you get? Like 5,000 characters that you can use in your show notes on YouTube. Like, use those, baby. You don't have to use them all up, and everything doesn't have to be long. You can switch things up, but really be cognizant or aware of the keywords that you put in your captions on Facebook and Instagram, let's say. Really be cognizant or aware of the hashtags that you use on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, okay? Facebook keeps trying to make hashtags relevant, but so far I'm not really seeing any industry leaders say that that's like now the new be-all end-all. When I see that and or I notice it helps on Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, because we're heading towards 12,000 likes or follows just on our Facebook page alone, and we're well over like 3,100 in our Facebook group. With a fair amount of engagement and sales going down in Messenger all the time through Facebook. I'd say at least $1,000 worth of sales, at least, through Facebook Messenger every single week. And with our DMs or direct messages on Instagram, I really do say similar. And on Instagram, if you look at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, because that's where a lot of my work gets done. That's where a lot of other people who are on our staff now do work when I can't. When you look at Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, we're nowhere near 10,000 followers on Instagram. We don't even qualify for the swipe up feature. And all of that is just meaningless because the swipe up feature actually isn't shown to really convert that much more heavily than like anything else that you could legit do on Instagram. I'd be more excited about using Instagram Reels to blow up your business because you can do that. If anybody has any questions live or on the replay about Instagram Reels, please let me know. Ooh, guys, could you give me more thumbs up? Please, please, please. That's a data point that really helps the algorithm. Let me see. Personal Space Creations. This is Bridget. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Darren. Hey, moms. What's going on? We are trying to do our first multicast with our Facebook sale tomorrow. Good. We haven't done any real YouTube videos, and we are going to use new software. A bit nervous, but pushing forward. You need to, because everything's becoming more video first anyway. Instagram recently publicly shared that Instagram itself is no longer really a photo sharing app. It's a video sharing app. That's not to say that you can't use photos or graphics that you create on something like Canva or Canva Pro. It doesn't mean that, images that you share, still images or things like that, are now completely irrelevant. It's just that if that's all or most of what you're doing with your marketing, please, please, please listen to me. You need to, even on Instagram, go more heavily with video. Even if you're not ready to do like YouTube big time and then like reformat your YouTube videos as IGTV videos on Instagram, although that's maybe a stretch goal for a lot of people. If you do Instagram Reels, currently they only go up to 60 seconds. My goodness, 60 seconds passes like this. It's not that hard to create the content. People don't have an expectation of sky-high production value on Instagram Reels or even YouTube Shorts and even on TikToks. So it's kind of like whatever kind of behind the scenes or as I'm creating a product or, anything that's like showing what you do, how you do it, happy customers, like all that kind of stuff. That goes down really well on Instagram and TikTok and even YouTube Shorts right now because it's the Wild West. Because on all these platforms with what I call short form video content, those minute, maybe now 3-minute videos on TikTok, that's what's hot and trendy right now. Even, yes, with millennial moms and older folks, let alone Generation Z. You may not have Generation Z be your target audience or your ideal customer, but it doesn't matter. The genie's way out of the bottle with millennial anybody and even young at heart Gen Xers and stuff. short form video content marketing is really too important to ignore. And I think that's a lot of what drives Instagram saying recently, we're not really a photo sharing app anymore. You can still keep doing it, but what we're really going to give algorithmic priority to more so is Instagram Reels the most, and then IGTV videos, because we still have the long range plan to become more competitive with YouTube. So please, you've got to start embracing video. So I'm really glad that Bridget's doing it. Excuse me. Marquina says, I am working on streamlining my inventory and reorganizing my supplies. I'm tired for looking for stuff I need. Shake my head. Good girl. That's something that's really, it's IRL or in real life that you're doing, and not just digitally. And a lot of times you got to do that. Even my coaches, my course creators, my digital salespeople, you need to clean up your office, organize your stuff. Definitely delete old files from your devices that you do work on. Push things up into like Dropbox clouds or security clouds or whatever. And, so that your operating system and your hard drive is like, nice and clean, right? We all have to do maintenance-based stuff. And as I tell all of my students, whether we have a major migration or not, sometimes it's super important on the regular to flush out your cache, clean out your cookies on your browser, because eventually you get a caching issue no matter what. Things are either sluggish or things are not showing up properly. It takes a while for things to populate or things to go down. So cleaning out your cache and your cookies is great. And certainly updating your browsers, especially because of security issues that just keep creeping up and up and up. Like I don't care what kind of browser you're using. Is it Firefox? Is it Chrome? Is it Edge? What is it? Is it Opera? You do have to update those and keep up with updates. You can select that they automatically update. That's probably the best thing to do, because you just don't want to get hacked, right? And you want to make sure everything's running nice and tight. The same thing for the operating systems of your devices, right? So those are important things to do. And then, at least once a business quarter, inventory all the bookmarks that you have, because some things you're like, I don't need to bookmark that anymore. Or in the case of the migration of some of my courses from one account to another account, do I have things bookmarked that are just no longer good links, right? So, it's good to clean things out, even when, most everything you do, if not everything, is digital. So I'm glad that you said that. Miss Marquina, congratulations on the year anniversary, Miss Regine. My pivot was one of the best decisions I've made. You were very brave to do it, and I'm glad, I'm proud to be a witness to that process, and whatever support I gave you, I'm glad that I gave it to you. I'm very proud of you. Rock on, Regine, says Bridget of Personal Space Creations. Absolutely. Andrew George says, I'm launching a challenge on Monday for people to start their business and create their first product line with an upsell to an email course. That's great. And then selling them into my big course at graduation. Very, very smart. I know who you're getting that advice from. Love her. Love it, love it, love it. And yes, I think it's important, whether you're selling digital things, coaching, packages, courses, physical, tangible products, even edible products, it's good to have like a value ladder, right? So for product-based people, because I know that's a lot of the people that are going to watch this live and on the replay, make sure you give this a thumbs up, you guys. It really helps me out, right? Because it's more data points for the YouTube algorithm to serve up, to notice. So it will push this out to more people who are already subscribed to me so that they can catch the live, and or they'll make sure to push it a little bit harder in the feed of my subscribers so that they can see it on the replay. So every time you give me or any other creator on YouTube a thumbs up, you're definitely helping them, even if you're not asking any questions or in other ways engaging with YouTube videos, lives, replays, blah. Okay, so I think a value ladder is important. So for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, if somebody comes to us for a burger, we're definitely going to be like, do you want fries with that? Do you want a milkshake with that? So like we get them up the step of the value ladder. Of course, that's an edible product line collection. If you are selling jewelry and somebody comes to you and they want, a piece of jewelry, this is also Core Plus 2, which I teach. Somebody said that they were working on their Core Plus 2, which was good. you have the core piece that people are going to automatically like dial up and search, or they come to a place like yours and they're looking for it, like a piece of necklace. Like a necklace is a piece of jewelry. You should never be satisfied to just sell them the necklace, right? So it's like, do they want the bracelet and the earrings? Because the core piece was the necklace, and the plus one is the bracelet, and the plus two is the earrings, right? I always want you guys to be thinking about building your ticket. That's one way of looking at it, or having a value ladder, right? That's another way of looking at it. So let's see. Let me get to more of the questions and comments. Hey, Donna, Transformational Healing by Donna says, #live, what's up to you, the hubs and the family? Almost done with the last of the orders. I'm very proud of you. Marquina says, congratulations, Regine. Okay, so KB Riblin says, do you have Reels training in your course? I don't think I've come across that yet. Okay, as I've said, I don't know if you've been paying attention to any of the lives or the replays, KB. Not to call you out, I'm not doing that. But how do I put this? So KV's from my Socialgram shortcut course. Okay, that's like a really big Instagram deep dive course. Some of my students know, some of my students don't. Some of my other students are in it. Not all of them are. And then if you're new to me, like, what is she talking about, right? So let's give it some context. So my Socialgram shortcut course is a deep dive course. When Reels first came out, we had like a Reels challenge because everything was so new. This was a couple of months ago. We had a Reels challenge, and I was like, let's all go through Reels together. I started putting out a Reels playlist on my YouTube channel, and I said, students, when I'm ready to, create more like official lessons for the course, I'll certainly add that in there. It might be a new module, or I might tack it someplace else where it makes sense. But in the meantime, let's jump on this, because you're going to get sky high reach with your Reels once it first became available in various countries. And we kind of doubled down on actually doing. And I definitely said, let's put a pin on it. I'm going to put, obviously finished content in the Socialgram shortcut course. Next, we talked about it a lot on lives and replays. In the Socialgram shortcut course, you get on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just for paid students only in the Facebook group, right? For that course. We would talk about anything new and, anything cutting edge and stuff like that. And we would definitely continue to talk through things like Reels. So I've said like numerous times, yes, I'm definitely going to add stuff in. But in the meantime, if you guys went to, and a lot of my students knew that because they would hear it live or on the replay, if you went to my YouTube channel and you saw the playlist, like that would be, because everything's so new and rocketing along, like that would definitely be all my advice for now. And of course, I did share like a couple of click-by-click how-to videos from YouTube in there. So you can use the search feature, KB, and anybody else who's in that Facebook group. And you can see like, how to, use Reels. And because some people on YouTube like jumped on it and did really good click-by-clicks. And I'm like, ooh, like go here if for any reason you want to see click-by-clicks. Sure, I'll do my own version of it, but you guys already have like 7 modules to go through, and all my lives and all my replays and what's already on YouTube. I will get to it. And then without getting into it, stuff has to be migrated from one account to another account, because I was in a partnership with someone and she's like, love ya, but I'm pivoting over here now. So, take your stuff for sure. But, it's going to take some time on a 7 module deep dive course to get everything over. So I had said about a week or so ago in a live stream where we have the replay that's in the Socialgram shortcut group, I said that as soon as everything's over with migrating that course, and as soon as I know that all of my 36 other offerings that are like small mini courses are done, and I know that all my students are good, and we've kind of worked out any tweaks, one of the things that I would prioritize, KB and everybody else, just making sure I'm covering my base with you guys to the extent that you hadn't caught this information or it's not clear, I'm going to definitely make it clear now. It is coming. It is coming. I still have about 8 more mini courses that tech support is migrating over, and I'm trying to help catch anything and like get all those students situated. And those are the Funnel Fairy Godmother courses for the people who have those. So if you're watching this live or like say immediately on the replay and you own any Funnel Fairy Godmother offering that I have, like Focus or, Compel or, Divination or anything like that, those courses, at least in this snapshot in time, you are still able to use your current links because they're not going to shut off those links until we know we've imported everything over. We think it's all done successfully. Hopefully we haven't missed anything stray. Then they're going to turn off the old link, but I will have emailed you about the new link and posted in the groups to cover my butt. Anybody have any questions about that? We are now like 3.5 weeks into this process. Everything else has been migrated over. We're just teasing out little burrs here and there. But I had thousands and thousands of students. And if I'm not mistaken, I had nearly, oh my God, I had in the high 30s in terms of offerings because I did so many mini courses, right? I did like 12, 13 batches of Frosted and like 8 Funnel Fairy Godmother courses and Social Talk shortcut about TikTok and Social Pin shortcut about Pinterest and Social Gram shortcut about Instagram, Bravery University, which was my first course that I launched in like 2016, 17. So, dancing as fast as I can here, guys, and I really appreciate everybody's patience. I know you guys have been super, super good, who are my paid students especially, so thank you very much for the grace and the space that you're giving me and the patience that you're giving me. All right, so congratulations, Donna. Yeah, Donna is one of my OG or original Frosties from back in summer of 2019, and she's just killing it all day long. I'm so proud of her. Daniela Waterhawk, #live. Good morning, everyone. Hi to you in the hubs. I know he had a birthday recently. Happy birthday. Thank you, Bridget. She said I shared the link. Laura Ferrer from Watch Laura So says, can you make real content with a snippet of video that you're going to post on YouTube? Yes. Would you make it would you make it the intro or another 60-second snippet? The first question that you asked is absolutely yes. You can repurpose your own stuff, and certainly you can repurpose it from different platforms, but you can also okay, I think I know her question. Laura, definitely clarify for me down below, just in case. And KB, if you're still here, I'm going to jump in live into the Socialgram shortcut group to address your thing more. There's only so much in Messenger that I can do behind the scenes. I want to be fair to all of my students, so I try not to do things in Messenger unless it's like, oh, quick, you lost your link here. I will take care of your more specific needs in the Facebook group for Socialgram shortcut after this, so I can knock it out, okay? All right, so I just want to make sure I leave you in a good place too. I know you're needing some help here, and I appreciate that. So if I understand your question properly, Miss Laura, the second question, would I make real content the intro or another 60-second snippet? So if I'm taking a YouTube video, I take a snippet or a duplicate slice of that video. Yes, you can definitely bring it into your camera roll and bring it up into your Instagram, creator studio, right? Where you can create on the bottom. It's like Reels, Live, Story, right? That sort of thing. You can take it up in there, and yes, you can definitely use it as a reel. So I think if I understand your question properly and definitely clarify, I might or might not be getting it here, but I think I am. Would I make the reel the intro or another 60-second snippet? I think it's dealer's choice. If I understand your question properly, it's dealer's choice. That 60-second snippet, can stand on its own. I know that Barney, my video editor, is knocking out a bunch of up to a minute snippets for use from my YouTube videos, from my pre-existing YouTube videos, for use on Instagram Reels and or on TikTok, right? Or by YouTube Shorts too, right? So those are from the first up to the first minute of my video, but could you be sampling say up to 60 seconds of the middle of a longer YouTube video to use that? for an Instagram reel or even a TikTok or even a YouTube short? I think absolutely yes. I don't think that like there's like a bright line benefit to just intros versus, because I think your question's a very good one if I'm getting it right, Laura, the second one. I think it doesn't matter as long as it stands on its own, as long as it's interesting. And here's my one caveat. Just be careful that it doesn't give like, especially if you're using an Instagram reel or a TikTok or a YouTube short to drive traffic to the bigger YouTube video, which you may not be doing or you may not always do. Just make sure that that 60-second sampling does not give the payoff away, because then if what you're trying to do is to drive traffic to that bigger YouTube video, then somebody might go, Matt, I don't need to see the whole thing. I already got the payoff. But if that's not what you're trying to do, then I think the simpler answer to your question is use whatever section of it makes sense. But that's a good question. Music Chick Art says, I'm scrapwood busting today, so I'm making a bunch of guitar pick holders. Cool. If nothing else, I'll be ready for Christmas. And if that's a big seller for you, then absolutely. Absolutely, that's great. You're doing work on your business this week, and I like that. What I don't want people to do is to feel stuck or to just keep taking courses, mine or anybody else's, and not apply what you're learning. Like, get out of entrepreneur phase and more into entrepreneur phase. And I'm happy to help you hold your own feet to the fire because it's your own good. You have to do business. You have to be out there to do business. Just having an Etsy shop or just having a website or even having both of those, depending upon your business model, isn't enough. And you can SEO optimize them to death, but you would be making so much more in terms of sales. You'd be getting more social followers. I know you can't put those in the bank, but that's an important macro conversion, because the more social followers you get, the more likely those people are over just random strays to get onto your email list. Now you've captured that lead, and whether an algorithm on Instagram or YouTube or whatever pushes your stuff out to every follower or subscriber's feed, you're more likely to get people to open up your email list, especially if your subject line shows that it's not always a sale, that you are providing value, because you should care about your ideal customer. It's not all about the shill or the buck, right? I didn't charge anybody to be here today. I'm happy to help you. This is one of the ways I give value. The same thing with a lot of my social posts, my YouTube videos, right? That sort of thing. Those are free. And so you guys will be doing posts, videos, video snippets that show people anything from stuff that would entertain them, because you know your ideal customer and it should entertain them in a way that it kind of speaks to the intersecting interest that would bring them from general search on whatever their pain point or passion point is that your products and or services address. Your content should be stuff that they pull up in search so that they come to find you. And it's going to be about their intersecting interest. What's bothering them? What can't they get enough of, collect enough of, crush on enough, wear enough, use enough? So pain point or passion point can work to drive a business. Pain point will probably drive business a whole lot harder and faster than passion point, but there's a ton of collectors with extra money and time to kill out there, right? So, or a bunch of makeup freaks and clothing freaks that even if they can barely pay their rent, they just want more of your stuff. They just can't help it, right? So you want to make sure that you can, let me see. You want to make sure that you're always content marketing to drive people to your business conceptually when they didn't know about it before. They become aware of your business, of you, what you do, who you do it for, and it has everything to do with that intersecting interest, right? So people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care about them and their product, their problem, and or what cracks their whip in terms of their desire, in terms of that passion point. When your content marketing speaks to that and they understand that you understand their problems, you understand their desires, you're either one of them or there's a really good reason why you're serving people like them, and that you understand them, the KLT factor, the know, like, and trust factor goes up enough that they will definitely take, well, I can't say definitely, but they will more than likely take the first 2 macro conversions. They're going to follow you on social or subscribe to you. They're going to get on your email list because those things are free, and it's more information from you, more tips, tricks, techniques, more value adds, Q&A sessions, lives, addressing their concerns, talking shop with them, right? And then they're more likely to, over time, go down that marketing and sales funnel and drop to the bottom where they give you a sale. The problem is if all you're relying on is your website, your Etsy shop, or both, or all you're relying upon, well, let's just say that, or all you're relying upon on Facebook and Instagram, let's say, is a bunch of feed posts that are nothing but, and my regular students know what I'm going to say next, a parade of product photos, let's say, a tsunami of sales announcements. Can you get sales? Sure you can. I'm not saying you can't, but what I'm saying is it will be in a drop in the bucket compared to the conversions that you'll get when it's all about moving them down a funnel and not just trying to grab the sale, because you may grab some sales and that's great, but you're not going to grab as many as when you wine and dine people. They become part of a brand enthusiast. They become part of a brand enthusiast community. They definitely get the sense that you care. You can talk shop with them. Your content talks shop with them. The videos talk shop with them, right? When you're not there doing lives and replays. And then they're going to go, she gets me, and or he really understands what I need. And definitely shows that they care more than other people. I want to be part of that brand or that business owner's grassroots revolution. So I have no problem not just following them, not just getting on their email list, but I'll buy from them. The vast majority of people who get on an email list of a business expect to be sold to. They want to know about your sales, your promotions, cart open, cart close, your coupons, whatever fits your business model. They may not always be able to buy from you, but they do want at least the option. And of course, they're happy to talk shop and enjoy your blog posts, your videos, your podcasts, your social content that helps them, entertains them, educates them, inspires them. Make sense? So let's see. I know I have some more comments. Bridget says, I'm so used to you on Facebook. I keep trying to like posts. Aw, thank you. And Regine's thanking everybody for congratulating her on a year in business. So Bridget says, do comments on the live count as data points even though they go away after the live? They do. That's a really good question. I am hoping that YouTube better addresses this issue because I know people complain about it. And I know that they said that over time they're investing more and more into their lives because lives and replays on any platform is very important and people like the lives. So short form video content is super huge. I can't say that enough, but don't be like giving up on your at least once weekly lives, right? With replays. So yes, they do, because especially while you're live, YouTube will be like, oh, even though these comments might currently disappear until we fix whatever or we address whatever, the more engagement that the algorithm senses, data point by data point, all the likes, give me likes if you haven't already, you guys, all the shares, all the comments, right? The longer people stay on, all of these things are data points that the YouTube algorithm factors in so that it's more likely to do 2 things. One, for sure, it's more likely to push you out while you're live. And most of my students know that whether it's live on Instagram, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, whatever, I recommend that you're on live for at least 15 minutes. If you're on 5 minutes and no one or almost no one's there and nobody's commenting and you bail, you haven't given the algorithm enough time on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever, to really warm up and see what's washing ashore and to really be able to play matchmaker for you by pushing out your live. Even if no one's engaging or commenting in the beginning, when you're first doing this, you might not see a lot, right? Because you're kind of like that new nightclub and nobody knows if they want to come or not, right? Or like some people come, but they're quiet and they're watching you, right? So but still the fact that anybody comes and watches for any span at all, longer is always better. The algorithm's paying attention and goes, maybe I'll do a little bit more matchmaking because at least people are watching. Then when they give thumbs up, well, they're not saying anything, but they like it well enough to give it a thumbs up, and they haven't bailed in 5 minutes or less. I'm going to keep working to see which followers or subscribers, depending upon the platform parlance, I can pull up next. In all likelihood, it's going to be at least prioritized with the people who have engaged with your stuff the most. Live replays or other videos that you post that never went live, you just posted them and published them. Who's watched your stuff, who's rewatched your stuff, who's paused your videos. The YouTube algorithm, there's actually multiple algorithms. I'm just referring to them collectively. There's so many algorithms, but only one AI or artificial intelligence that rules them all, like the One Ring from friggin', what is it? The Lord of the Rings. One ring to rule them all, and in the darkness find them. So there's one AI that has multiple algorithms that are testing things, sampling things, serving things out, matchmaking on videos, matchmaking on lives, matchmaking on the replays. So to finish answering Bridget's question from Personal Space Creations, after your video is on replay, don't you think the algorithm's going to rank something higher when it sees that, more people showed up even if no one commented? That's still decent, but then more people show up, and over time, more people are showing up and more people are engaging and more people have commented. So once it's on the replay, yes, currently all those comments disappear, but the data points haven't. My understanding is it will still work to push you out to more people. The more engagement you had when you were live kind of helps your video rank a little bit higher in the algorithm, so that it says, this is still very important. I'm going to push it out to more people on the replay because they should see it too. And of course, it's going to be prioritized to your subscribers, your followers, whatever the platform parlance is, because what I'm discussing for YouTube in many cases is a direct correlation to how Instagram's algorithm will run or how Facebook's algorithm will run. They all have differences, but they have broad brushstroke generalities. Does that make sense? Let me know if that does not make sense down below. So Dorna says, yes, these comments count. Yep. There you go. Okay, so KB says, my business is selling paintings. It's going well, and I'm crazy excited about it. Awesome. My question about Reels, is that a good place to start to post satisfying painting videos? Yes. Okay, so KB, that's an excellent question. So for Instagram Reels, even TikTok, and even YouTube Shorts, I'd give you the same answer here, because your question isn't really platform specific, but it's still awesome. And this is what I would say. There are several different ways that you could do a short form video, create short form video content about what you do. You could do, whether you speed it up, you use like a special effect on a platform or not, or whether it's just, 60 seconds of you painting. People like to see that. Now, sometimes creators, entrepreneurs go, why? I like what I'm doing, but I sell the finished product, so who would be so excited to see how it's made? How it's made stuff does really, 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 really well. So every time you're working on a painting, you should probably think, at least from time to time, to take video of it and to post it to different pieces of music, right? Or if you think a fun sound effect would match up with a brushstroke, once you're more comfortable with creating Reels, TikToks, even putting things up as YouTube Shorts, play with it, have fun. You could do it so that you're putting up over time 60-second segments of just one painting project that you're creating from start to finish. That's plenty of content. You could be putting out Reels for easily a week that way, at least one a day, right? So easy to do. And that is very satisfying to a lot more people than you would think. You could also be doing a quick video where you talk to the camera, or people are seeing you as you're painting, and you can overlay text that talks about your process or talks about, the type of watercolors or the type of oil paints that you use, and why you choose them, right? Techniques that you employ. You could overlay text that kind of goes to the beat of the music, and it's kind of like a mini tutorial or another version of how it's made, but you're giving them a deep dive in terms of the materials, in terms of the techniques, in terms of, right? You could do that. You could certainly have an up to 60-second video about the finished product, right? That works too. So like there's so many different ways to do reels, or short form video content that could be used on Instagram Reels, that could be used on TikTok, and even could be used as YouTube Shorts. I have to give out my blanket disclaimer, though, not just to KB, but to anybody. And I know a lot of you have heard this, but you never know who hears this live or on the replay, so bear with me. When you create raw video content, you save it, let's say, to the camera roll on your phone. You can definitely safely repurpose it as long as it doesn't have like commercial music in the background or anything like that, because that can get you a content strike. But let's just say you're KB, you're painting in the office, there's no music playing, or there's just natural sounds of like wind or like people moving around in her workspace. She's got a cat or a dog and they meow or bark. Okay, like natural sounds are one thing, but let's just say she's painting and she creates a 60-second snippet of like, here's progress being made on a project I'm working on. So it's saved in her camera phone, and let's just say it's like 60 seconds long. She nails it. She can pull it up into the Instagram creator studio, like that creator space. And on the bottom, she can pull it to Reels, that bottom like that you can toggle. And she can create a reel and use the Instagram like options, stickers, music, whatever. And boom, she puts out her 60-second reel. I would not pull down that video, whether it has music or sound effects on it or not. I would not pull down that video and then post it to YouTube Shorts or post it to TikTok, whether you use any TikTok like stickers or special effects or green screen, and you're trying to layer over it. Why? I don't care about apps that can remove like TikTok logos so people can shovel it up on Instagram Reels, because that was a thing for a while. You can hide from the humans the logos, or you can try to layer things up so a human wouldn't pick up that this is a finished product Reels that's repurposed to TikTok. But the computer algorithm's gonna know that the source file is being repurposed from TikTok or Shorts or whatever to Instagram Reels, or vice versa, any which way you want to shuffle it, right? But your raw camera footage doesn't get penalized. Does that make sense? Because this is important. I don't want people to get content strikes, because music that's okay to use on Instagram may or may not be okay to use on TikTok, may or may not be okay to use on YouTube. They all have their own content strike system. They're all different companies owned by different entities that have different contracts with different creators of sound effects and music and special effects. Get it? Like, that's the lawyer in me giving you the warning. Yes, you reuse that raw camera footage, right? But not anything else layered on it. Get it? Like, that's so important for you guys to get, so that you are multitasking or saving time, but doing it in a white hat way where you're safe, and not a gray hat way or a black hat way where your camera can be shut down, or your account can be shut down, or you can get a content strike. KB says, how do I change my email on my account with Socialgram Shortcut? I noticed my phone auto changed it, and therefore I'm not getting your emails. That's not possible. What you may have done was asked to be off my email list, and so I granted your wish, but I might have also deleted you. Once I delete you off my email list, whether it's ClickFunnels, whether it's Teachable, whether it's Skillshare, whether it's Udemy, whether any platform that you use, Kajabi, any platform that any coach or course creator uses, the email address is the key that unlocks the door that lets you in for whatever it was that you bought. So if you ask to get off my email list, GDPR compliance and all that, I got to take you off. It could have also told me that you weren't interested in whatever you bought. So I hope you didn't ask to get off my email list, because that might have screwed you. Otherwise, if you didn't do that, there's no phone auto changing anything. That's not what happens. And Danielle, I see that you're doing multiple posts, and that's fine. There's only 200 characters. However, you have to get your question out to me, or whatever it is you want to share out to me. That's cool. Nobody needs to apologize. So I hope you didn't ask to get off my email list, KV. because that might explain some of the stuff you were trying to message me about. Bye, Regine. I know you got to run to another meeting. So I'll talk to you in Socialgram Shortcut about that. So I know I got Laura Ferrer's question. Cool. I know I answered her question. Cool. Personal space creations, for those that take longer than others to apply what Stacey is saying, it's okay to not apply everything today. She's absolutely right. Slow and steady is still moving forward. Absolutely. I've been slowing applying everything for 2 years. Yes. And Bridget and Darren are very experienced business owners in real life. But when she came to me, like, say 2 years ago, there was a lot that she didn't know about, like, what, online marketing and sales promotions and or like social media content marketing and or what an algorithm is versus an AI or artificial intelligence and why that matters and data points and stuff like that. So even though she and her husband, Darren, were very, very advanced in terms of their business and certainly had been making money for many years before me, when they came to me in terms of like online, maybe email list marketing past a certain point, social media content marketing, they were very much beginners. And I think the best way to say this is, like, she's right. You got to keep applying yourself. You do not have to do everything that I talk about and teach, whether it's here, whether it's in a paid offering or both. Like, you can't do everything simultaneously. There's no way one person isn't going to do it. Even if you have a team, it might be really hard to deploy everything simultaneously right away. You're learning and you're trying to deploy it and you're trying to delegate it to other people. It can work, but it can also be kind of a little bit crazy for a while. So slow and steady does win the race. Renee Christine always talks about how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time. And it's okay to be starting off in like crock pot mode. And then eventually you can move to kind of like instant pot mode where you're getting things faster and you can apply more things more often, more persistently and consistently faster. And then there's, microwaves. So Bridget's very much anywhere between, depending upon what you talk about, instant pot to microwave now. The questions that she asks are so excellent. And the leadership that she shows in my groups are so great. And she now definitely has a lot of empathy, as I do too. I started out in 2014, 15 going, what? 2013, 14 was just a lot of just coaching people orally and getting paid for it. There really wasn't an online thing for me until more like 15, 16. And then my first course was like 2016, 17, and that was Bravery University. Bridget is doing amazing. I totally agree with you, Regine. Okay, so Daniela, here we go. I've been putting some of my social media marketing on hold due to our first art show coming up. Daniela and her husband are also very experienced in real life business people. They don't need any help with business per se. And they did a lot of stuff with like, at expos and shows and stuff like that, Renaissance fairs and things like that. So they were selling definitely in real life. But again, like Bridget and Darren, they came to me and needed to know because they knew that online is where it's at. You have to go where the attention is. And even pre-COVID, it was really here. It was really device driven. It was really more so social media driven, and people are just kind of Google searching, to get answers to their questions, but they're also using social search increasingly as well. Okay. So they knew that they had to start content marketing and optimizing to be found in search by just the right people who are more likely to be their ideal customer, who's more likely going to buy from them. You do not need to have a social media account with like even 10,000 followers, even 5,000 followers or subscribers or whatever to do well. On YouTube, I had a 6-figure business long before I hit 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so like social following is great for social proof, and obviously more seems like it's better until you get to the point, like I have a video on my YouTube channel where I talk about why you don't need to be Instagram famous. And it really is the curse of the Instagram zombie influencer, where they have this really big account and barely or almost any comments on them. And they're usually spam comments. Do you think they're really making money from a following where the lights are on, but no one's home? No one's really commenting. No one's really involved. There's not like a big enough common thread or common denominator to even have an ideal customer. Obviously not, right? So more isn't always better. So I know that you and your husband, Daniela, a lot of how you make your money and a lot of how your pre-existing customers through the years are used to seeing you is at live events. So I get that. But she's excited about being in an art show and going to start an email list at her shows. Excellent, excellent. Because I was going to say that. Capture those leads. I don't care how people come across you. Because the email marketing is where over time you're going to be making 3/4 of your money from month to month. And it's going to be social and IRL otherwise about, I mean, this isn't obviously a bright line. I joke around that I have one of these things, but it doesn't necessarily work. And Donna and her husband gave this to me. Thank you guys. You know I love you. And I'm very proud of you guys too. Holy moly. So yes, capture those leads. I don't care where people come across you. Daniela said she did her first Facebook poll. Awesome. She said our group members polled a trunk sale. Great. So I'll tell you guys what that is in a minute. Many of our customers found us due to our new internet presence. Oh, that's cool. Thanks to Stacey's courses, it helps so much. My courses are part of the equation. You and your husband taking action, that's really the most important second half of the equation, because I can lead a horse to water, but if y'all don't drink, I don't know what to say. Daniela, I'm so proud of you. You know I am. I've been. She says, we'll be taking videos at the art show for Instagram Reels. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. That's so awesome. I humbly put one of my art pieces in a local art gallery. Yay. That was a first for me, and I received a first place blue ribbon, a confirmation for me. You deserve it. You've been in business long enough. That sort of thing can definitely help to combat any sort of like imposter syndrome. I'm not saying Daniela has it, but just generally. I don't care how many posts you do, Daniela or anybody else, whatever you guys have to do to get the job done, for questions, for sharing wins, anything like that. Yes, by Miss Regine, I said that. Women's rights was a mistake. Okay. Gonna hide you. That was dumb. Okay. Somebody was trying to make the point that there's a lot of great male. First of all, women's rights was a mistake. I'm sorry I didn't catch that sooner. Because then I guess you're not surprised about what he posted. I'm going to guess it's a he posted, where he's saying like, and legit, for those that are male or identify as male, there's all these great like business leaders, but for women, somehow there's none. Guess you missed Oprah along the way there, buddy boy, let alone anybody else. Duh. Bridget says, I used to apply something every month. Now I'm trying to apply something every week. Well, you definitely gone across the span when it comes to, you've definitely come across the spectrum, and you're just applying things harder and faster because your learning curve overall is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's why I'm definitely saying, you're intermediate to advanced, depending upon where you want to look. Okay, I can't wait to see you in Ohio at your live art show. I know it. I love that. Yay. Daniela, thank you, Stacey. You're welcome. Okay, so any other questions for me? Any other questions for me? Otherwise, I'm going to duck into my Socialgram shortcut student area to address what KB needs and to put a point of clarification about a post I put yesterday. I think people understood, but still. Thank you, Donna, and so looking forward to seeing you as well. I know it. I got the chance to hang out with Donna and Melissa in person. That was so much fun. Melissa Pickle, who isn't here because she's off ruling the universe like the boss that she is. Thank you so much. You are welcome. All right, if you guys are in a good place, I'm going to wrap up. Remember, Conversion Coven or anybody else on my email list or anybody else who found me here, please make sure that you subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell notification, select all, so that more likely than not, you will get the notifications when I go live. Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, I will have edited like traditional YouTube videos that go up here. Wednesdays will be the live. Wednesdays will take the place of the Conversion Coven Facebook trainings. So they're here. And you can certainly share this out to anybody that goes, nobody ever helps me. Nobody ever answers my questions. I'm in like how many groups and I need help. Well, send them here. I'll help them. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching on the replay. and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.